The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y Show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y Show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. And I'm glad you stopped by and listened to me rant for about 30 minutes or so and on some important shit that, take your mind off your everyday life just for a little while. That's all I want to do. I want your mind and your ears for a little while. And if you're a woman, I want more than that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, but, Oh, I'm glad you all are back. We're closer and closer to Halloween. For the people who, Halloween is their favorite day. That's not me. But those of you listening to the show, you know what my favorite day is. I'm not even going. Christmas. But some of you like Halloween, so about 11 days out, 12, something like that. So it's almost here. It's a little weird this year. Halloween falls on a Sunday, I think. So I guess all the parties and stuff are going to be on a Saturday. So that's going to be definitely a time that you have to be careful because getting a DUI and stuff coming back from Halloween parties fucked up. So you don't want to do that. So, this year is scooting right along. And, wow, it's already mid-October. I can't believe this. I looked at the weather today. It's still hot. But I looked at other places, Atlanta in particular. I used to live there. I used to live a lot of places, but Atlanta is the one I kind of really miss. And they have definitely autumn weather going on. And I really miss that. I don't know why I torture myself. But, I'll get back one day, get the fuck out of Florida once and for all. But anyway, let's get started with some emails. First email is from Wilma. Wilma, how's Fred? I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Wilma says, love your show. I would like you to do more interviews. Well, I appreciate that feedback, Wilma. I've done a few interviews, but to be honest with you, I'm not really that good at interviewing people. That's my weakness. I don't think I'm that good. But I guess the only way you're going to get better, you got to keep doing it, right? Practice makes perfect. So maybe I will start interviewing more individuals. It's kind of hard, though, to get people Because if I'm going to interview someone, I would prefer them to be like a celebrity, because interviewing somebody else, another regular motherfucker like me, that ain't helping. That ain't doing shit. So, I wanted to be a celebrity. And celebrities, it don't have to be damn Denzel or Samuel or some high-powered A-lister. But, someone where everyone knows, oh, yeah, I remember him. He used to play on Barney Miller. Oh, yeah, I remember her. He used to play on Love Boat, some shit like that, Just somebody, who's well-known somewhat. So, and it's hard to get them on the show. I usually just say, fuck it. I just don't do it. But maybe I will try a little harder. All right, the next one is from David. David said, took this woman out to Ruth Chris. For those of you who don't know, well, I'll just finish it. Took this woman out to Ruth Chris. And I must admit, I cannot afford this place. Let's just say I spent over $300 with tip. All I got at the end of the day was a stern handshake. What could I do the next time I ask an ungrateful, well, he used the B word. I won't say it. Ungrateful B out on a date. Was I wrong in expecting more? Well, David, it's obviously that you either don't listen to me or you haven't listened to some of my prior episodes. That's not the woman's fault. I don't blame her. And for those of you who don't know, Ruth Chris is a very expensive steakhouse. It's like Outback on steroids. They charge you for peas. They charge you for, you want some mashed potatoes, they charge you for that shit. You want an ice cube, they charge you for it. You want some mushrooms in your green beans, they charge you for that shit. So it's very expensive. Overrated, if you ask me. But it's very expensive. So to me, it's a place where you shouldn't be going on a first date, any fucking way. That's a place where you go on your fucking anniversary, or you about to pop the question, or some shit like that, or her birthday that you guys been fucking for a while, that kind of shit. It's not a first date place. So, you guys taking these women out to these exclusive restaurants and thinking you're going to get a piece of ass afterwards. And that's just not the way it works. And that's not the way it should work. But you taking her out, that's that Steve Harvey bullshit. Taking her out to a nice dinner. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't take her out to a nice dinner, but you don't have to take her out to Ruth Chris. There's some very nice restaurants that you can take a woman out on a first date. So I don't think that woman was wrong. She didn't ask you to take her to Ruth Chris. Your silly ass took her to Ruth Chris thinking if you spend a lot of money, you can get some pussy. And that's not her fault that you thought that way. What she's supposed to tell you, like, hey, don't take me to Ruth Chris because you're not getting any pussy tonight. No, she's not going to say that. She's going to enjoy the date. She didn't tell you to take her there. So I think the next time that you ask a woman out for a date, take her somewhere that you can afford, not beyond your boundaries. And don't expect anything. A lot of you motherfuckers be taking these women out and whining and dining and think you're going to get some ass. And that's just not the case all the time. Me personally, you know how I roll. If she don't like chicken wings, then she probably can't go out with me. On the first date. Later on, we might do some. I don't eat seafood, but later on there might be some other shit. But it's gonna be quite simple. And to be honest with you, it don't matter where you take a woman. If she's digging you, it don't matter where you take her. You know, I mean, she's not digging you. You know, if you take her to Ruth Chris, she's still not going to dig you. she going to eat, but she's still not going to dig you. So it don't matter where the fuck you take her. So I tell you guys, stop doing that shit. Stop doing that Stevie Harvey bullshit. Taking these women out to these expensive restaurants, expecting pussy, and then getting angry at the end of the night when you don't get any. So no, David, that's your fault. You fucked up. You fell for the okie doke. I'm sure she enjoyed that expensive meal that you gave her. And so the next time you ask a woman out, stay within your means. Don't take her out to these expensive, exclusive restaurants and expect to get some pussy. Anyway, y'all gonna learn to listen to me. Next one is from Kim. Kim says, Roosevelt, you like to talk about older women and dating them. Okay. Well, I have a mother and she needs a date. She needs a boyfriend. I think you'd be great for her. Ha ha. Oh, Kim, you got jokes. I tell you what, email me your mother's phone number. Okay, we might do something. Might can make something happen. Email me her phone number. Yeah, I give your mother some your daddy never could give her. Now, ha that. All right, let's get started on this week's episode. This week's episode. Is society okay with women being beaten? Is society okay with women being beaten? Now, I got an idea to do this show because from a fellow podcaster, someone that she's actually on the same network. Her name is Kelly. And she was doing a rant one day on, I believe it was Instagram, and saying that, basically we make it too comfortable for guys who abuse women. And I thought about that, what she said. She said something along those lines. So, I'm paraphrasing her. But I thought about that, and, I thought about, me as well. And I thought about people that I've known over the years, and I thought about people who I've known were being abused, and I really didn't do anything about it. It's only been probably 2 or 3, in my earlier years, not any now. I would say, in my 20s and early 30s. We're talking over 10 years ago. But I knew that women were being abused, and I didn't do anything. They were friends of mine, and they were abusing their girlfriends or their wives. And, or there was someone that I knew, who was doing it. Like it was somebody who I knew, and they were a friend of somebody I knew. So, we weren't really friends, but we were kind of, had a neutral friend, So, I think about, the women that, we knew were being, abused physically. And when I found out, the first time I found out when a woman was being abused, I didn't like it. And I actually didn't like him, right? Because of what he was doing to her. And, and I didn't, I'm the kind of person who if I don't like you, you're going to know it. So he knew I didn't like him. And if he said anything slick out of the mouth, I probably, back then, there's no doubt I would have, got in his ass. Because back then I was really short-tempered. But you know, I still didn't say anything. You know, he knew I didn't like him, but he didn't know the reason why. You know, the reason why, because I knew he was whooping his girlfriend's ass, right? But I didn't tell him that. He knew I didn't like him, but he didn't know the reason why I did not like him. I just didn't like him, and he knew it. So it was really kind of useless, by me just showing this negative attitude toward him, and he knew I didn't care for him too much, but he didn't know the reason why. He might have thought I just was an asshole, right? He might have thought it was just, maybe I was racist or some shit. I don't know. But he didn't know the real reason. He didn't know. And that's what I regret, because I never told him the real reason. I never pull him to the side and say, look, man, this is the reason why I have a problem with you. I don't like the way you treat your girlfriend. I don't like the way you abuse your girlfriend. But, the reason why I didn't do that, because I thought it was really none of my fucking business. And that's what a lot of people say. It's none of my fucking business. That's between him and her. And I think that, now looking back at that was a huge cop-out on my part. And it was cowardly. Very cowardly. Now, I say cowardly. I wasn't scared of him by any means. But I was scared to attack the issue at hand. He was abusing his girlfriend, and I was scared. I really didn't know how to tell him, that was a problem and that wasn't a good thing to be doing. And I didn't make him uncomfortable in that manner because I never told him the reason why I disliked him. And I think that's a mistake that society made. It is our business. If I had a sister, if this girl was my sister or my mother or my cousin or someone who I cared about deeply, I would want somebody to intervene. And I'm sure all of us would. If our family member or somebody we loved a lot and somebody was getting beaten and we didn't know about it, but other people did know about it, we would want somebody to intervene and help our loved one. So I think that, that's a mistake that all of us make in society. We always say that it's none of our business, not getting involved. That's between him and her. Why don't she just leave? That's another thing I used to say. How in the fuck could somebody just stay in a relationship or marriage and just get their ass beat continuously day in and day out? How could someone stay? And it's almost to the point where you're angry at her for staying in such a situation. You throwing the anger towards the woman instead of where it's supposed to be towards his ass. That's how society is so fucked up. Shifting the blame to the woman for being stupid enough to stay in a situation like that instead of throwing the anger towards the man who's doing the abusing. And we always, treat them like everything is hunky-dory, nothing's wrong, and everything's okay. We don't make it uncomfortable for them. Nobody says anything. Nobody talks about the elephant in the room. Nobody deals with the situation. Nobody communicates why what he's doing to his wife or girlfriend is not right. Now, if that happens today, I would be totally different. And I guess that's a maturity thing. I don't know what it, I guess, I definitely changed. Today, I would make it very clear why I don't like a person, a man, if I found out that he was abusing his wife or his girlfriend, and they asked me, "You got a problem with me?" I said, "Yeah, motherfucker, I do got a problem. I don't like the way you doing your girlfriend. I don't like the way you treating your wife. Any real man wouldn't abuse a woman physically. So you must be a bitch." I'll try to entice him to maybe try that shit on me, which most of those motherfuckers are cowards. They're not going to fight a man. They pick on a woman. But, that's me. That's how I would approach it today. Because I see this as being truly my business now. That's someone's sister. That's someone's brother. Oh, excuse me. That's someone's daughter. That's someone's wife. Whatever the case may be. That's someone loves her. So, you might not think it's your business, the way I used to believe and a lot of other people believe. But I don't believe that today. Today, I'm going to make it my business. So you can't do that around me. I'm not going to make it comfortable for you to do it around me. I'm going to let you know that I have a problem with you, and I really don't want you around me, motherfucker. I don't want to be around you. You make me sick. And I think that if society did that more often, I'm not saying that you wouldn't have any men abusing women, but I'm saying that the amount of occurrences that it would happen would definitely decrease. It wouldn't be a cool thing. It wouldn't be an accepted thing. They will be so uncomfortable in society, almost like ex-cons or some shit. If you treat them like leopards, and I say leopards, I'm talking about, back in the day when someone caught leprosy, they treat them motherfuckers like, they were outsiders, from society. They got rid of them. You couldn't live in society anymore. They made it very uncomfortable, and you had to move in a different, faraway place away from society if you had leprosy. They call them leopards. So that's the same thing we should do today. If we find someone who is abusing their wife, abusing their girlfriends, we should treat those motherfuckers like leopards. Make it very uncomfortable for them. And tell them why we do it. We don't do it because, you beat your girlfriend, you beat your wife. And it's really a shame. A lot of times women are blamed like I used to do. I admit it. I used to do that. And how the fuck did she stay? So stupid. That's just, I used to say that. I admit it. I admit my mistakes. But I corrected it. I don't say that anymore. There's a myriad of reasons why a woman would stay in that situation. Maybe she can't leave. She don't have the financial means. She don't want to leave her kids in that situation alone with that nut. She has no other family. She has nowhere to go. She might be scared that he actually might kill her. He's done so much to her, so she believed that she could die. So it's a lot of reasons why a woman would stay in that situation, and it's not her fault. And she should never be blamed for that. But, I asked the question, is it okay with society? Because, how many friends do you know that are being abused or that are abusing women, their girlfriends or their wives? how many of you make it very uncomfortable for them? How many of you do something and say something that you don't appreciate or don't like what's going on? How many of you challenge them in that way? Or are you the kind of motherfuckers that are saying it's none of my business? It's between them, him and her. I'm not getting involved. Which are you? Which one are you? Now, looking from the outside of society, it happens so much that women are abused and beat up and killed. It happens so much till a lot of, this is what I believe. I don't know for sure. I can't ask every damn person. But this is what I believe. I believe in society in general that most people say they don't say anything. That's none of my business. So they don't do anything about it. You got people who have their own family members, their sisters and cousins and stuff that don't do anything. That's between them. Not getting involved. So it's almost like we're okay, with women getting abused, with women being beaten. So I asked the question: is society okay? I think society is okay because they don't do anything about it. Society does not do anything about it. So when you don't do anything about it, that means you're okay with it. So I ask again, is society okay with women being beaten? I know I'm not. And it is my business now. I'm making it my business. So they can't do that shit around me. At least I'm going to tell them. And I'm going to, I hope they, I'm going to tell them why I don't like him. I'm going to tell them I think you're a coward. I'm going to make it my business. What are you going to do? What do you do when you come across something like that? Is it your business? Are you going to make it your business, or you're going to be okay with it? Say, hey, that's not my business. It's between them. Which one are you? Are you okay with women being beaten? Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to check out my prior episodes. You can find them on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. You can find my social media on there as well. I'm a part of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And you can find, I already said that. You be sure to follow me on all of my social media. You can find some stores on there as well. Stores, some shirts on there. What the hell wrong with me? I'm not even drinking tonight. You can find some shirts in my store. You can find all of that on the website as well, www.thexyshow.com. You can find all episodes. You can find prior episodes as well. And be sure to shoot me a picture of yourself in an XY shirt, and I'll definitely post it in my IG account. So without further ado, I would say goodbye, and I will see you next week. And I want you always to remember, you cannot have love without X and Y. And I will say this as well. When you find out a woman is being abused, make it your business. Don't be okay with it. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.